People, I'm back again, deluded. Now, I must admit, it probably won't happen, and I'm probably just inventing scenarios in my head. But at least until Aaron Ramsey's, to us fans, I know we hear all the rumblings about he's gonna leave and stuff. But to us fans, until we see on Sky Sports the yellow bar that he's actually signed a new deal at Arsenal or he's departed the club, his future's up for air, and he can be linked with Aaron Ramsey can be linked with just about anyone. If I haven't said his name already, apologies. But I think he's going to join Liverpool. Now, he probably won't. It remains to be seen if Liverpool would be able to make him curb his initial wage demands, which seem to be plus 200,000 a week base salary, obviously excluding bonuses and all these other things in his contract. If they're able to do that and get it below that, if they give it to him, if they want to give him above that, then cool, fair enough, he wouldn't say no. But if they get below that, it'll be a great coup. I think he's going to sign for Liverpool. This is just me inventing this in my head, and I say this because I just got to picture it. Okay, he's been linked with Juventus, Man City, all these other clubs, but just focusing on Liverpool, for example. Jurgen Klopp, I know he said he wanted to play under Unai Emery and he's excited, but Jurgen Klopp, he must still be good friends with Oxlade-Chamberlain. They're both pictured at the Ryder Cup together. Another one who left Arsenal and went to Liverpool. Surely they've bound to have had conversations. Maybe I'm not saying they're speaking every week or they're the best of friends, but Ox is bound to have given the lowdown on how Liverpool is, how it's different from Arsenal, what Klopp does differently from Wenger. And we know Ramsey loves Wenger a lot, but in regards to what he probably told him, it could have enticed him to want to go there. On top of that as well, Liverpool, I don't want to say it's a lively city filled with a lot of clubbing and a lot of things to do and a lot of rich things to do in regards to the culture and a lot of things around music as well. There's a lot of things to do in the city of Liverpool. But by the same token, it can be classified as a quiet sort of region. So if he wants to if he lives in a posh part, I assume, and goes to finds a nice little neighbourhood, I don't know, where Oxlade-Chamberlain and Theo Walcott live, two former Arsenal friends of his, he'd be able to link up and do things. He's got a young family, so he'd be able to raise them maybe in slightly more quiet conditions than London, if that's what he deems that he wants, because we also can't rule out he might want to stay in London. Jurgen Klopp, it's a Liverpool, the owners or the FFG, who's ever in charge of the transfers, it's a signalled shift because excluding United and City and Chelsea curbed back their spending, but historically Chelsea, obviously they spent 70 million on a keeper. It was always Arsenal, Spurs and Liverpool, give or take, you're looking at in regards to having more or less similar fees or to spend for players and things like that, or in the sense that neither three of the clubs could have went out and spent X amount of money, but that's changed in the last couple of seasons. They tried to get Fekir, they've spent mad money on a keeper, they brought in some exciting players and on top of Klopp. So it's exciting times to be at Liverpool and things like that. So it's a more competitive side than Arsenal at this moment in time. Anfield, I don't need to tell you what Anfield is. It's rocking at all times, but especially Champions League nights and things like that. It would be quality for him if he was to go and do that. Obviously, in regards to the playing staff, in fact, before that, the style of play, I do have a bit of concerns in regards to Aaron Ramsey's injury issues and him being able to play that sort of football. But Klopp and Unai Emery will play completely different football. But on the basis that the basic components is high intensity, a lot of running, he'd be able to do that. I think he'd be able to play in his allegedly favoured midfield role, but he'd have a bit more freedom to do that Aaron Ramsey stuff. What else is there? In regards to the playing staff, obviously there's a lot of midfielders at Liverpool. I know Milner can play fullback and he's done that well, alternating between fullback and central midfield for Liverpool. He looks like he's got another season in him at least, but only he knows that, and this season might not be the same as next. But there's him. I don't see what qualities Henderson brings to the table other than shouting at players and aimlessly shouting at refs and shouting for the sake of it. Can't believe I ever rated him. But there's Henderson. Keita's come out of the side despite starting well, in my opinion. There's him. Fabinho can be used at fullback as well as central midfield. There's also Wijnaldum. I'm probably missing out someone else. So on top of Ramsey, that's about 6-7 midfield options. If he wants to fight, then cool. But would it make sense Liverpool looking to fix that area, especially when you consider that they were going after Fekir, someone that can play a bunch of positions up front, on the flanks, in the 10 role or even deeper? You're probably looking at, although they're different players, that is a midfield space if they that they were looking to fill with Fekir. If they put Ramsey in that, there's a different case. I think what Ramsey needs to look for is stability, where he's going to feel important, where he believes is the best chance for winning trophies. And if I was him, I'd look for where I would start. But by the same logic, if you are just looking for someone where you just can look at these players and say he's crap, I'll start, then you don't believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you believe you can go to either Liverpool and fight. If I was him, I'd also, if City offer, depending on the money, I will go. Don't think you would play a major part on the Pep Guardiola, but just on the basis that they missed two midfield options in Jorginho and Fred, gone to alternative clubs. You might be the perfect free transfer they look for. You could play the Carly, you could play Prem. You've obviously got good abilities. When you want to, you can dictate tempo, but you clearly can't do it consistently and to the level that the Gundogan's, the Kevin De Bruyne's, David Silva, even though he's not even in his peak of powers, Bernardo Silva and the rest of them, even Fernandinho to a degree, and he's not really been in form. So there'd be a tough question for you to ask, but you'd be a good squad option. Yeah, man, he probably doesn't go Liverpool. I mean, I see a big case as to him going Chelsea. In fact, the more I see it, I can see a case for going to all top six sides, excluding Spurs for obvious reasons. But yeah, man, until his future is actually decided, this is all hearsay and this is just all make believe in my head, to be fair with you. So I'll get out you guys here, man, and I'm really going to be late. I need to find my Oyster card and really hop on that train and get Victoria Line and then Essential. Guys, DG, out.